Good evening, and welcome to another edition of Sports Live with me, your host, Zach Hutley, and of course, my little wacky head co-host over there, Tyler Meyer in the box like always, and will always be there and stay there.
I like it back here.
I know you like it back there. It's your little room, except you don't fit in it, though.
I fit in it barely.
Yeah, I know. I was just going to say you barely fit in it. You playing that stinking game back there now like I am? See, copycatting me over there.
I was. You know, it's a good relaxer on the eve of our
it's a good game.
big performance tomorrow.
Well, I don't know about you. Maybe you, but not me.
You're worried about it, too.
I'll walk up there, talk, and get off. 10 seconds. My speech is this.
You
Goodbye.
ain't
Thank
you ain't doing no 10-second speech.
Watch me.
Good luck getting a passing grade.
I get a grade just for showing up. Never said I had a pass.
You had to show effort. That's 10 seconds ain't showing effort.
I show
bro.
my effort in class. Good Lord.
Uh,
You're sitting there whining about how the Twins suck on that game. They do. Everybody does.
it does.
Every player sucks on the game.
Yeah.
What's on tap for tonight, big show?
Well, from 8 to 8:30, we have sports headlines.
Maybe I should start playing the big show.
Maybe
I should call you the big show.
The big show.
The big show.
Well, it's the big show.
I think we should start calling you the big show because you're a scaredy cat like he is.
Ooh. But anyway, from 8:30 to 8:45, we're going to talk MLB offseason report. It's the big show. Oh. The big man show tonight.
Yeah, I figured I'd get that in you for you.
And then from 8:45 to 9:15, we are going to review Week 10 NCAA football games. This is going to be a little different this week.
Well, we figured might as well go in depth. We don't go in depth during any of the game. We just kind of rattle off who's this, that, and we're going to go in depth a little more.
Talk about the game.
I need you to talk a little more.
Talk about the game,
My
bro.
mouth can't handle 2 hours of talking by myself.
Oh, you love talking.
This
But
is who I am. I am the Undertaker, and you will rest in peace. That's my theme song.
From 9:15 to 9:50, we are going to review the NFL Week 9 games.
Yes, we will.
Interesting weekend for sports, huh?
Don't need to tell me that.
Just in general. Everything was kind of...
What, you serious? What, like 4 and 10 in picks, man?
It was terrible. But
Garbage.
I did get to beat you this week. And next time we go golfing, I get my golf for free.
There won't be any golf in the rest of the year.
Oh, we'll still be golfing, bro.
But, as I always say here.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind. And
I'm still the winner, and you stink at singing, so enough of singing. It's so bad I can't hear my ears anymore.
Oh, I hear mine all the time.
Well, you don't hear anything. You're deaf. Don't be laughing, because you are.
I am.
Yeah, so...
I ain't going to deny something that ain't true.
Yeah, it's true. You're deaf.
Exactly.
You need hearing aids, and I keep telling you to get hearing aids, and you don't.
Oh, well. Life goes
Oh,
on.
wait a second. Vikings tickets are more important. Life for the Vikings. The Vikings will always live.
No,
You, on the
not
other hand-
necessarily.
Well, that's true. When AP tears his ACL this week.
Shut up.
I just like to say that because everybody else has torn their ACL this year.
Yeah. But anyway,
AP's next.
quiet. Anyway, on
Go, Pack, go.
Anyway,
It's the
on
last time you'll ever hear me say that.
Anyway, on sports headlines.
What kind of wacky stories have you written up now? I saw a lot of them are pretty...
Ben Roethlisberger on recovery. He claims he drank a lot of milk.
Well, the milk strengthens the bones, I've been told.
Do you think this is a legitimate healing process, just drinking milk? Like, really?
I don't know. I never drank milk that much except in school.
Yeah, and
So I never...
how
I was never
how
injured.
many broken bones in school did you achieve?
One.
Just one?
Well, 1 in 3 spots and
How many fractures? How many?
3.
How many
There's once
sprains?
None.
Okay.
I didn't do anything. If anything, it was all whatchamacallits, because I'm big. Yeah, well, it is.
Roly polies?
No, roly polies. Good Lord, no. It's Oh, you get those in your knees.
Oh,
Because-
arthritis?
No, because we're heavy. I can't think now the word.
You're
Not cramps. I always want to say cramps, but it's not
Charlie horses?
you have Charlie horses. I don't.
Uh,
I don't remember what it is, but that's all I've had is stuff like that.
but
I don't get hurt, man. I don't get hurt.
Okay.
I'm a healthy man, unlike you.
I'm healthy.
I don't know if you heard the latest news of Charlie Sheen, by the way.
Oh
A little
yeah.
off topic. I heard he's HIV positive,
Yes, sir.
but then he's bringing an announcement out. Hey, Charlie, that's what you get for sleeping with 100 women. But I know they're good experiences. 2.5 Men, man. Greatest times of my life.
Oh yeah. But anyway.
That was off sports, but no big deal. It's Charlie Sheen. We talk Charlie Sheen anyway. He is, though, the one, the only.
Charlie Sheen.
Okay, you didn't even. He's the wild thing.
Okay.
Do you even know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't. I'm lost.
You don't know what the wild thing is?
A ride at Valley Fair?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You don't know who the wild thing is. He's the wild thing.
I don't know what that is.
Oh my gosh. And you call yourself a sports guy.
Oh, he's the one that came up with the Wild Thing video for Major League, right?
He's the main actor in Major League.
Oh yeah!
Lord. Unbelievable. This guy don't know anything.
That is terrible.
My co-host is an idiot,
That
officially.
is terrible.
He's officially an idiot.
I didn't get it at first, but now I get it.
Oh my gosh. It's just the most popular movie he was ever in.
I'm slow, bro. Get over
We
it.
know you're slow because you got no brain up there. Unbelievable. All right.
But anyway, a record-tying performance. Adrian, the God, Peterson, ties O.J. Simpson.
Okay. I got to stop you there. He's not a god, number one. He's great and excellent and everything, but he's not a god.
He's the God of the NFL.
Don't go too far.
I'm going far because it's the truth.
Don't go too far. I'm just saying. Okay, continue.
But anyway, he ties O.J. Simpson for the most 200-yard games in the NFL in a career with 6. Best running back ever? Adrian.
Ever?
Ever. Or let me rephrase this. Do you...
Turns the corner of Chris Connie at
Yeah, I
the 30.
wanted to give
He
you-
crosses the 50. He's to the Bears 40.
I'll give you a Paul
Cuts
Allen.
to the left and is tackled at the 29.
Oh, didn't give me it. I was hoping.
It's
it'd
not
give it.
that one.
No, I was trying to get the he's loose thing for you, but
Well, I shared it on my Facebook, so if you go to my Facebook. But anyway, do you got it?
no, I don't. Nah, can't find just he's loose.
I can pull it up on my phone and put it up to the microphone.
No,
But do you feel by the time even help you out a little bit? Do you feel by the time he's done in the NFL, do you feel he will become the best back ever to play a down in the NFL?
I don't know. There's a lot of good running backs out there, really good ones. Bernie Sanders, Emmitt Smith.
Did you say Bernie Sanders?
Barry Sanders, excuse me. Bernie Sanders. I'm thinking of Bernie Sanders, the idiot Republican. That's who.
Oh boy.
Oh my! I don't want that idiot in office. But we're not a Republican. We're not a politician show. So
Yeah.
Barry Sanders, excuse me.
So if you had the
Emmitt Smith, a Gator, by the way. Let's see here. No, what's his name? What is it? Eric Dickerson, who still by this day is the best season ever.
Yeah.
Still.
But I don't know. What do you think?
LaDainian Tomlinson.
Yeah, but Peterson's already.
I'm
almost-
just saying. The greatest of all time, I don't know. Dang good? Yes. Really, really good? Yes. Hall of Fame worthy? Definitely yes. Stamped Hall of Famer.
One word for you.
It's not going to work. It's a one-way microphone.
Are you sure?
Yes, it won't work.
Okay. We'll see.
To the right.
Good Lord.
Anderson inside the 20. Touchdown!
We need to have Paul Allen. Oh, yeah, turn that off.
Best running back ever to play in the NFL.
I don't know.
Will go down in history.
That's up in the eye. It's close. However, he is stamped for MVP, or not MVP, for Hall of Fame. No doubt he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. If that was on the discussion, we would have talked about that. But I was talking about the best running back ever, not Hall of Fame.
Well, Hall of Fame's good enough. Don't need to be the best ever.
Why?
Because
Do you want to sell low and not?
yeah, sell him period and sell him off to Arizona.
Oh,
Give him
man.
his ring.
But all right,
No,
well,
I don't know. I can't tell you if he's the greatest of all time because there've been so many good guys, and he's not done yet.
true.
And he's had we can't really do that because I don't do that to anybody. So
You don't do what?
I don't. Personal things shouldn't have anything to do with. Well, in NFL it kind of does. Tarnishes some stuff a little bit, but not much. But you never know. I don't know.
But
Why
anyway,
don't we get freaking Stephen A. Smith to discuss that one? If you can get Stephen A. Smith to call in here, we can discuss that one, and we can hear his little blah 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 crap.
okay, I'll try to get him for Wednesday.
Yeah, I mean, I'll mute him myself, but that's just me because I hate Stephen A. Smith.
You're mute him.
Heck yeah, I hate Stephen A. Smith.
But anyway, what they so call.
No, you know who you asked? Tony Dungy. That's who you
Ooh,
asked.
Tony Dungy.
Tony Dungy.
But anyway, this every week before the Vikings play the Packers, it's called quote unquote Packer Week.
It is Packer Week this week.
The Minnesota Vikings put in the players' lockers today, in the clubhouse, beat Green Bay shirts.
But he just do that every week, beat everybody.
That's true. What's kind of interesting about this?
Oh, you want to know what's interesting? And I looked at this stat. Granted, they're playing at home this week, not on the road. But the last time they've actually won in Green, when you know when the last time they won in Green Bay?
Wasn't it 2009?
Yeah. Ever since Favre retired, we haven't run in Green Bay. You know what that means? Hey, Zim, go call the guy in the deer stand. We need him. one game only. That's it. Brett Favre, you come back, play Green Bay. Granted, you're going to the Hall of Fame on Thanksgiving night, but who gives a rat's butt? You put that purple jersey back on, and you go out there and beat those little beep.
But yeah.
Okay, I just had to bring out the beep.
Anyway,
My own beep.
you sit there and you look at that. There's a couple players that came out and said, I don't remember who. I think it was Brian Robinson.
Robeson?
He goes there and says, you don't need T-shirts to know what's at stake. You have to take care of what's on the field Sunday. No T-shirt is going to take care of our business. And the Vikings know what they need to do. And in Zimmer, you sit there and you look at the adjustments he made in that second half against Oakland. There's no way that I honestly don't feel Green Bay can come get us. I don't. Zimmer has got this defense playing at an elite level.
No. Wait. They're not at an elite level yet.
Yet.
They're good. They're not an elite level yet. Why? Because those cornerbacks are still not that great.
They're not great, but how do you justify not giving up more than 24 points
I
in
know,
a game?
I understand that, but they're still giving up a lot of yards through the air.
Yes,
You can't be doing that.
they're giving up a lot of yards.
Because look at
But where's the points
So if you look at it, teams in the NFC, let's just say playoffs happen today.
today? Yeah.
So you think about it. Atlanta, you got to cover Julio Jones.
Yep.
Carolina, you just got to cover Greg Hardy, and that's it. Cover Greg Hardy and just watch Cam Newton's every
You mean
foot.
Greg Olson?
Oh, Greg Hardy. He went. Good Lord. Yeah. Cover Greg Hardy, everybody. I mean, who knows? Dallas might make a comeback with Romo back. But, I mean, and then you look at Arizona. You got to cover Fitzgerald, both Browns, Gresham, and I'm missing one. Am I missing one?
Floyd.
Yeah, Floyd.
Floyd.
5 guys. Plus, you got Chris Johnson in the backfield.
Yeah. Like I said.
And sooner or later, Harrison Smith's going to get ejected from a game. because he's gonna kill somebody. I mean, I love watching it. Trust me, I love watching it, but he's gonna kill somebody.
Oh man,
Holy moly, that shot was
dude,
big yesterday. Holy
he
monkey.
lays the pine.
He made Amari Cooper look like a little kid.
He's
Woo!
honestly, you know who Smith reminds me of?
Who?
Ed Reed, Troy Polamalu in their prime.
No. Ed Reed was a killer.
So
He was a killer, man. He killed people on that field.
yeah, isn't that what Harrison Smith did to Colin Kaepernick
No.
week one?
Wait a second. He blesses them and then kills them.
True.
He did go to Notre Dame. By the way, I think that's where Rudolph got his hands are from Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Dun.
That was.
We don't want to talk about that one.
No, we'll cover that probably.
Yeah, we'll cover that later. You want to keep yawning there? What do you want me to talk about? I can't talk. You got all the freaking headlines.
I just didn't want to.
I mean, what do you want me to talk about? Blah, 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 blah.
Anyway.
Oh, did you hear, by the way? They benched Teddy this week.
Yeah,
They said, we can't take Teddy this week. We're benching him.
you're crazy. But anyway, interesting topic for the Timberwolves. You know,
Well, you know about those T-Wolves. You still think they're winning the division. I still think they get the number one pick.
no
Okay,
way.
top 5 pick.
No way.
Top 5.
No.
$100,000.
Neither.
$100,000.
Neither.
I'll bet you $100,000. Top 5 pick.
No. But anyway, the Timberwolves
Chicken.
are winless at Target Field. I believe they are.
Well, of course they're winless at Target Field.
I believe they're still undefeated on the road, though.
No, they've lost a game on the road.
Oh,
they
did they?
lost in Indianapolis. But they have not won a game at Target Field or Target Center.
Wow. I have Target Center written down on my paper too. I can't read.
They are. No one's won at Target Field since the Twins last played there. And they even were on a 2-game losing streak there and there.
But what do you think about not being able to win at home compared to
I don't know.
winning on the road? They
I
say
thought it was always the other way around.
they say winning on the road is hard, but
Not in the NBA, apparently.
we got a winning record on the road.
Apparently, it's easy to win on the road in the NBA.
Must be.
Good Lord. Well, yeah, look at Steph Curry.
But you sit there and look at the Timberwolves though. All their games they've been in, realistically.
yeah, but there's one guy that they don't have, and it's hurting them. They don't have Rubio. That's
Yeah,
hurting them.
that's true.
I don't know the concept. I'd like to talk to what's his name and find out what the concept
Sam
is.
Mitchell?
Yeah. I don't know whoever's coaching anymore. I don't know. Flip Saunders still coaching?
No.
Good Lord. Yeah, he is. You didn't know he's still coaching? Of course
Yeah.
he's still coaching. He's still doing film. He just hasn't helped any of his team at home. Come on, Flip. Do something.
Come on, Flip.
No,
Well,
it's ridiculous. I don't know. I don't understand it. I always could win at home. Never could win on the road.
yeah, it's interesting.
Maybe the fans aren't coming. Maybe you got to start buying a lot of tickets.
Buying a lot of tickets?
Yeah, and giving them away.
I don't know if I can do that.
You're the rich man.
You got more money than I do.
True, but you can buy the tickets. I'll go to the game.
Well, let's go to the game.
Yeah, when they become irrelevant again.
Okay. Well, anyway, barring a miracle, the Pac-12 can basically
Kiss their
kiss
butt.
the playoffs goodbye.
Well, let's see here. Stanford got beat. They were in the top 10. Utah has already lost.
Yep.
USC, I think, it just got inside the top 25 again.
Yeah.
Oregon sucks.
Yeah. Marcus Mariota ain't there.
Well, the version of him is there.
Well,
It's not the good version of him.
yeah, not the good version.
Other than that, no, they don't. I mean, unless they get lucky, and, if Stanford beats Notre Dame, which they should, then there could be talks. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't like the Pac-12 anyways. You okay over there? You need. You're yawning. You're coughing. Why don't you just take a freaking nap?
I'm reading here. I can't take a nap on you.
Well, you could. I just sit here and talk for an hour and a half.
Okay, I can go home, I guess. Rest
Yeah,
is up to you.
All right, see ya.
But Beast Mode, a.k.a. Marshawn Lynch, his agent calls out Russell Wilson.
Hey, said, what the heck are you doing? Wake up.
What?
Get your head out of your...
You cut out.
No, I didn't.
In mine you did.
I said he said get your head out of your beep.
Beep.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Get your head out of your butt. That's what he's telling him.
You know,
Do I agree with him? Heck yeah.
Russell
Russell
Wilson,
Wilson looked like garbage last night.
he hasn't been good since he's gotten his contract extension.
No, nobody has. They never are.
That's true, but you get paid like a number one quarterback that's won a Super Bowl. You need to come back and you need to perform.
Problem is that offense has not figured itself out.
They haven't. They
Number
have no
one.
identity.
Jimmy Graham does not belong on that team.
No.
Yeah, yes.
No.
No. Hear me out. Hear me out. He does not belong on the team. Here's number one. When he was in New Orleans, Drew Brees would throw the ball to him on target. He didn't have to move. With Russell Wilson around, he's got to move around. He's not used to that. It doesn't work out for him. And he also has a running game now. Or they have a running game. He's not like that. They don't have the receiver. It's not an offense for Jimmy Graham to be in. And if I know who you're texting, you shouldn't be texting because it's not a ridiculous statement. It's a true statement. He should still be in New Orleans.
He should be in New Orleans. Yes.
It's not an offense for Jimmy Graham. Simple as that.
But you have a playmaker like Jimmy Graham.
But they're not utilizing him, so why have him?
You got to find a way to get him the ball.
Yeah, so get a quarterback that sits in the freaking pocket.
Russell Wilson could sit in the pocket too if he wanted to.
Can't. Did you watch the game last night at all?
Well,
At all? Did you watch the game
I
at
did.
all?
I watched it.
Every time he hiked it, he looks right. He looks up and he's out of the pocket like that.
Yeah, but why? Why can't he just stand in the pocket?
Because he's not like that. And that's the problem. Cam Newton is a running quarterback.
Yes.
But he can stand in the pocket.
Cam Newton can. Russell Wilson is
Russell Wilson
supposedly
is more like a Tim Tebow. Cannot stay in the pocket. Tebow cannot stay in the pocket. That just wasn't his game. That's why he could win so well. He didn't sit in the pocket. See, he agrees with me, doesn't he? Thank you very much.
He says he's got a point. Hasn't
Thank
been
you
playing
very
well.
much. Thank you very much.
Wow.
I am not wrong.
Wow, I thought that was up for absurd statement.
No. The thing is it's just you got to get a quarterback. Teddy's a running quarterback, but he can sit in the pocket when he needs to.
He can.
Russell Wilson can't. He can't. He can only make plays when he's out of the pocket. That's why this offense is just down, because the only way is to maneuver. He can't sit in the pocket and throw to Jimmy Graham on spot. That's why Jimmy Graham was so great in New Orleans, is because it was bam, there's the play, that's one route you're running. Breeze is going to get you right on time.
Yeah.
There it is, and there he's got to run around like a chicken with his head cut off for 15 yards to find the ball.
They also need a wide receiver.
They have a wide receiver. They got two of them. They got Doug Baldwin. Doug Baldwin. He's got Doug Baldwin, and he's got, what's his face from Kansas State? Tyler Lockett.
He's not playing.
Well, yeah, he has been. A little bit.
He's
Otherwise, they got that 6'5". What are you doing?
you sit there and you name these wide receivers that have no relevant.
Yeah, they play for Seattle.
They do, but if they played for any other team, they probably wouldn't be playing.
Well, what do you?
What kind of
what do you want? A Kelvin Johnson on that team?
They need a wide receiver like a Kelvin Johnson.
But the problem is that Kelvin Johnson doesn't work for that team.
But what?
It doesn't work again.
Why?
Because he's not a guy that sits in the pocket. When you got to run around, you can't get it to him.
You could.
No, because then that makes him go from his route off. It just doesn't work.
I don't
Russell
know.
Wilson, I never thought was a good quarterback, number one.
I never thought he was either.
Not a good quarterback. And it's showing because his accuracy downfield, yeah, he can throw the deep ball downfield when the guy's 10 yards in front of the freaking, or behind the defense. Yeah, he can throw the ball. But, he's just not a great quarterback.
No.
I mean, what's killing them is the offensive line again also. That's another thing that ticks me off. You're a team that has been good for all these years. You trade for Jimmy Graham, but you give up your center.
Yeah.
Why give up your center? You don't give up your center for a freaking tight end.
Yeah, it's nuts.
I mean, come on. Your offense, and another thing why the offense doesn't work is because you can't get lanes for Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah.
You can't get lanes for him. You can't get the throwing motion. And you can't get a guy like Russell Wilson who, is just like, RG3. Can't sit in the pocket. There, I rest my case.
All right.
Judge Huntley has made the decision. Jimmy Graham shouldn't be there.
But anyways.
And Marshawn Lynch's agent has every right to say that. Thank you.
Yeah, I see that.
All right, I got to take a drink quick.
But anyway,
My mic falls.
Someone called the cops because it was too loud at Kinnick Stadium with the
You know what
Gophers
simple
in
solution
Iowa.
for that? You know what the simple solution for that is? Move.
Or earplugs.
Well, that too. Who wouldn't want to listen to that? I'd start my lawn and listen to that.
Yeah.
No, what are you living there for? I mean, that's ridiculous. Oh, 911, what's your emergency? There's a loud noise coming from the football field over here.
And I can't sleep.
Well, you know what? Football's part of America. Shut your mouth and go to bed.
And if you don't watch football, you're not American.
I've said that forever,
But
but no one listens to me. I guess no one listens to me. It's the way it is. Excuse me.
and the phenom.
Oh, is this the last one?
No, two more.
No, we got
The one.
4 minutes.
The only Ronda Rousey.
Ronda! She got beat.
She got knocked out.
I dare you to say it
No,
because you won't be on the show the rest of the day.
no, I ain't saying it.
She got knocked up.
Ooh, you got close.
I purposely got close for you. Let's just say she got battered.
Yeah, do you
It's deep fried.
do you see her making a big impact coming back?
Nope. Because she's going to the WWE.
She said she will be back though to all UFC
she
fans.
she can go back, but I want her in the WWE.
I want to see her in the WWE.
I want her to see her kick some booty.
I want to see her kick Stephanie McMahon's butt.
I don't want to see that, man. That's stupid.
That would be a hot
Stephanie,
matchup.
oh good lord, yeah, that's all you're looking for is looks. Stephanie McMahon's not that good looking anymore. I'm sorry.
Not anymore, but
Two
she's
kids,
Still,
2 kids later, and it took a toll on her.
she's still decent.
2 kids took a toll on her. I think that's all they have is 2 kids.
Something like that.
I don't know. I don't know their personal life, and I don't really care about their personal life.
Oops.
Well, that was fun. I don't know what to talk about now. Oh, you good now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kobe Bryant says his back and legs are killing him.
Well,
Hashtag retirement coming soon.
well, Kobe, I got one thing to say. Is if your back hurts and your legs hurt, you know what that means? Go lay on your freaking couch and retire. No one in this freaking league wants you anymore. We don't want to see you. We don't want to hear you. You stink.
I can smell him all the way over here.
You suck and you stink. You're terrible. You're
can
garbage now.
I
You've
can
been garbage for 6 years.
I can smell him right here, right now.
Shaq is better than you are, and he's been in retirement for how many years?
Kobe. Pee-wee.
Kobe, listen to me. Retire. Enough's enough. You're killing LA. You're killing LA. And you're killing me. 'Cause I hate you. Again, Judge Huntley. Put it down.
Whoa.
What are you texting now, too?
No, I just got sent a meme.
From who?
Somebody.
What are you on your phone for?
It's a picture of Ronda Rousey.
Good.
And it says, "Don't feel bad, Giants fans. I lost by a kick, too."
That's funny. That's funny. Okay.
Wow. That is awesome.
Now get off your phone.
But anyway, I think that basically does it for our sports headlines.
Yeah, I think that does. Boy, you sound good. Lord. Well, we're going to take our break, come back, and we'll do an MLB offseason report. Lots to talk about, and it's only a couple weeks in. This is Sports Live on Mustang Radio. Broadway plays and a trip to New York can be very expensive for college students. Before purchasing an expensive airline ticket, try giving the Southwest Minnesota State University's theater department a shot. Not only can you watch the productions, you can also become involved behind the scenes. The SMSU Theater and Drama Club are always looking for new members. The SMSU Drama Club meets every Tuesday at noon across from the Black Box Theater. From painting to acting to simply watching the show, get involved with the SMSU Theater Club. Students at Southwest Minnesota State University. Do you have concerns, questions, or issues? The Student Association Senate is the place to voice your opinions. Meetings are in PE 214 every Thursday at 6:15. Your student senators and executive staff are the voice for the students of SMSU. Let the Student Senate know your concern by calling 507-537-6140 or stop by the Student Association office in the SMSU Student Center. Speak with the Student Association and let your voice be heard. And now, tonight's weather here in Marshall is right now 45 degrees. I think it's 45 degrees. I have no idea what it is. That's 51, actually. 51 degrees. And, I don't know, it's 51 and cloudy.
That's correct.
What are you looking at me for?
You caught me off guard there.
All right, I'll turn it over to whackhead, dumbhead meteorologist Tyler Meyer.
Anyway, today's 51 right now. Tonight, low of 48. Cloudy with occasional rain later. Thunder
Cloudy with a
possible.
chance of meatballs.
Chance of rain 90%. Tomorrow 51. Chance of rain 80%. Tomorrow night 43 for the low. Rain 90%. Wednesday 47. Rain and wind. Low of 28. Thursday sunny and windy. 38. 23 for the low. Friday, 36 for the high. 21 for the low. Brr. Saturday, 35, 24 for a low. Sunday, 42, 29 for the low. Monday, 46 and 26 for the low. If you're saying boo about that, just wait till next week. We got snow showers and accumulations. Oh,
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
That's exactly what you are.
Wow. But Sunday the 29th, just looking forward, it says
29th? I don't want another 29th.
but
I'm home.
It's saying it's accumulating 1 to 3 inches of snow.
That's a long time from now, buddy. That can change in a heartbeat.
Yeah, no, it couldn't.
Yes, it can, Tyler.
I bet you it's gonna snow.
See, you don't understand weather, do you?
I do. I bet you it's gonna snow.
When they do that, they're just saying they're just talking about
I
it.
bet you it's gonna snow.
All they're saying is there's a chance of it. It's not going to happen. Now, can that little brain of yours figure that out?
It can happen. It's gonna happen.
Not because it says it there means it's going to happen? No, it doesn't.
Yeah. Just
Okay,
watch and
don't
see.
get into a meteorology fight with me because I will kick your rear end. I know meteorology. I was going into that. I know the weather. Do not sit there and think. So, either ways, we're going to head into some Major League Baseball season report. Yes, we are only like 2 weeks in, if that. Well, we had some interesting things go on. First, MLB history. 2 players accepted their their whatchamacallit, option deals that no one ever takes, which is very interesting. 2 out of the 30 taking it. Well, I can understand Kobe Rasmus. He was only supposed to make $8 million. He made $8 million last year. Why not take a $6 million bonus? But and then you have who else took theirs? Oh, Matt Wieters of Baltimore. He also took a raise too and took his 1 year 15.4 rate. What? No. But a lot of things going on. You had the Twins, of course, made the first move. Traded catcher Chris Herman to the Arizona Diamondbacks for first baseman Daniel Polka.
Yeah, I like that move.
I love it because Chris Herman sucks.
Yeah, I was hoping he'd never take another swing in a Twins uniform.
Well, I hope you never take a swing in another Minnesota uniform.
I hope I do.
You won't. Yeah, maybe as a freaking mascot.
Someday, you're going to rise up from that wheel. And you know.
I muted you for the rest of the time, so don't even talk.
I'll go home.
Good Lord. I said no singing anymore, okay?
I'll go home.
You're awful at singing.
It's okay.
Garbage.
It's okay. I'll go home.
Fine, go. See him. You walk out of here, and there won't be any show for 5 minutes after I kick your butt.
Oh.
All right, so you had that trade, which we both liked. Didn't need Chris Herman anymore. And then Seattle re-signed Franklin Gutierrez. And then right after that, the Twins traded Aaron Hicks to the Yankees for catcher John Ryan Murphy, which you know what he did to the Twins. So
Yeah.
he just hit a 3-run homer against an all-star closer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to like this trade
I love this trade.
or if I want to be angry.
I love this trade. Because like me and the rest of the Twins organization, we are sick and tired of waiting for when Aaron Hicks is going to show up.
I think if they would have kept him around, this would
But
have
the
been
problem is you got enough outfielders. You don't want to sit there and be like, okay, when are you going to show up? His time was 2 years ago and he didn't do it. His time was last year and didn't do it. His
Why?
time was this year and he didn't do it.
Why do you want to put Sano in the outfield, let him be banging into walls? Do you really want that?
What's
No.
wrong with that? Torrey Hunter did it for 20
That's Torrey
years.
Hunter.
Yeah.
That's Torrey Hunter.
Said he's going to bang into walls. He's a corner outfielder. They don't bang into walls.
They could.
Oh, baloney. I like this. I love the trade because Aaron Hicks is worthless and we needed a catcher.
We did need a catcher. That's the thing.
Needed a
But-
backup catcher at least.
Yeah.
Or one that'll take over.
Yeah.
And Hicks is just not a hitter. He's a great fielder, but he's not a hitter.
True.
Yeah, he hit, 15 homers, but they were, I think, flukish homers.
Fluke.
Yeah.
No.
I was tired of waiting for Hicks to come around. He had his time. He failed. Enough's enough. You fail, you get your boot right out, and now he'll hit like crap because he's in the Bronx.
No, he'll actually probably hit like.
Well, yeah, when you're playing a freaking Little League field, I could hit a home run out of Yankee Stadium.
You think?
Yeah. I can hit one over that right field wall.
Aaron Hicks will probably explode.
Yeah, we'll see about that. And then you had, let's see here. Then you had the Braves re-signing stud catcher, A.J. Przinsky.
Stud.
Well, he did hit 340, 50 some RBIs. And
40, 50. That you call
I
that?
don't know. For a catcher,
Yeah, you call that good?
he's 40 years old.
So?
And he's one of the best active.
He's hit one RBI for however many years he's been alive. That's no good.
And you haven't done anything in your life.
I have.
No, you haven't. So Przinsky signed, and then that same day he had two big trades, or at least one big trade. First trade was San Diego traded Joaquin Benoit, which I would have thought went to Minnesota, but to Seattle for Enyel de los Santos and Nelson Ward. So that's a good trade for Seattle. Needed some bullpen help. And then the big trade, and I would say actually one of two big trades of the offseason, Atlanta. The Braves trade shortstop Aldrupton Simmons, which is a stud of a shortstop, to the Los Angeles Angels for shortstop Eric Ibar, Sean Newcomb, or a left-handed pitcher Sean Newcomb, right-handed pitcher Christopher Ellis, and Cash.
That makes me mad.
Why?
I was hoping the Twins would have got Ibar.
Give me a break.
We need a shortstop.
I don't care, not him,
Why?
because he's not that good.
Okay. What's wrong with Ibar?
I just don't like him. He's getting older, not doing much.
Okay. I agree with you. Good job.
Yeah. And then you had next day there on the 13th, the Blue Jays signed. What the heck are you doing over there?
My mic went to move down and I went to move it and it like.
Jeez. The Blue Jays went and signed free agent pitcher Marco Estrada, who had a heck of a postseason. Good move by Toronto to keep a pitcher. Most likely not getting David Price back, so.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where he goes.
Well, I know where he's going, so don't worry.
Where?
Chicago, the Cubs.
Gross.
And then to me, a big trade, and a trade that needed to happen. The Padres traded Craig Kimbrell to the Boston Red Sox for four guys. Carlos, I don't even know how to say his last name, Javier Guerrera, Logan Allen and Manuel Margot. They needed a closer. They got a closer.
They did.
Now, granted, Paul told me they have Koji Uemura, but the problem is he's getting old.
He is.
He's a good setup guy. I like the trade by Boston. And according to Dombrowski, this is pretty much the only trade they make, but not their only move they're making. It's going to be a big offseason for Boston.
It's going to be interesting to see how everything plays out.
I say they get, who? Let's see here. Price will go to Chicago. Who's next after that?
Greinke?
Greinke could go to Boston. But I think Zimmerman will be that option over there. They'll get some front line started. I don't know. And then, of course, Rasmus Wieters and Brett Anderson. They was three of the first in history to accept their. I don't even know. What is it? What is it? Is it arbitration?
Arbitration.
It is arbitration. Yeah, 1 year, $15.85 million. It's ridiculous. I'd accept it too if I were them. And then the Diamondbacks traded Jeremy Helkelson to the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies are making moves when they don't need to be making moves. And then the Rangers today traded center fielder Leonis Martin and Anthony Bass, pitcher Anthony Bass, former Twin, to the Mariners for Tom Williamson, James Jones, and a player to be named later.
Okay.
Yeah, so pretty interesting. Good stuff going on so far. I mean, trades going on. I would say probably within what would you say, about 3 weeks you'll start seeing some free agents popping off the market.
Yeah.
And we'll get to those. Well, actually, by 3 weeks we'll be at home, so we'll get to that after. We'll probably have an hour segment of all the MLB free agencies. Whew. Out of all that, it'll probably be maybe 2 for the Twins.
I don't know.
One of them will probably be Mike Pelfrey coming back somehow.
No, if they bring Pelfrey back, I might implode.
You're going to go streaking down the hallway?
What did I say?
Oh,
I
no,
go streaking down the hallway for?
You said like, because I metaphorically said, what would you do if David Price signed with the Twins? And you said you'd streak down the hallway.
I would probably, I don't know what I would do if we re-signed Pelfrey.
I'd have to lock you in that room the rest of the year.
You know what? I'd go without eating for a week.
Man, you'd be a skinny boy.
I don't know. I do have a lot of fat, so I might be.
No,
okay.
we know that. I didn't need to say that. You could have said that. All right, so good off-season report so far, but we'll continue to talk that probably once every week if stuff continues to fly out like this. Otherwise, we'll do it every couple weeks. But we're going to move on and talk some Week 10 NCAA what?
Oh, we're going to talk about
that's right. We had a couple things there quick.
Yeah. Anyway, the Mets are planning to make a strong push for Ben Zobrist.
Yeah, there's about 10 other teams that also are, too.
Yeah, it's going to be...
St. Louis, that's where he's going.
St. Louis?
Yes.
Ooh.
I like it.
The Orioles GM says they would like to sign
They like to sell the team? Okay, sounds good to me.
What?
Joking.
Oh, they would like to sign a top-of-the-line rotation starter.
Won't do it.
Do you feel they have what it takes to lure one to come in and bite?
Absolutely not. They don't got enough team.
I don't think so either.
Chris Davis isn't coming back.
No. Carlos Correa?
You mean the old Twin? You said Carlos Correa. Oh, Carlos Correa. That's Kevin Correa.
Yeah.
Carlos Correa, yeah, Mr. Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, him and
Chris Bryant.
Yep.
As you were over here crying your way out because you thought Sano should have won it.
He should.
As I said, he shouldn't have because he wasn't up here enough, and the Twins didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, okay, but whatever.
That
Off
takes
that
care of
subject, that's the end of...
That's the end of the MLB, and now we are on to some goodness, I think. I don't know. We on to some goodness?
I don't know, maybe.
Maybe.
How are we rolling with this?
I don't know. We'll see in a few seconds as soon as I can figure something out. Gotta find some stuff here.
I need to pull up the scores.
That's what I'm trying to do here. As you cough. Gotta play the SEC. Love my SEC. You okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, a lot of games this week. And I want to start out with one particular game because I want to see if your opinion is the same as mine. I have a
Okay.
feeling it is, but I think there's a couple upsets, but this one in particularly I think ends the talk and pretty much finalizes the SEC championship game. Arkansas went on the road to Death Valley to take on number 9 LSU and came out victorious, 31-14 over LSU. LSU and Mr. Leonard Fournette, who ran 19 times for only 91 yards and a touchdown. Do you see everything done for them for the year?
I do.
2 losses pretty much ends it.
I think between the last 2 losses they've had, they've gave Fournette a total. Is that going to be messed up? Is that going to be messed up?
No, the unplugged on me.
Oh, interesting. Oops.
Sorry about that.
That
No.
was.
The cord unplugged underneath.
Yeah, good job.
I'm like, all of a sudden, I'm like, what's going on? The whole machine popping out here or something? I think that's still working over there.
I hope.
I don't know. I'll go check it. You keep on talking about
But
LSU.
I think the problem with LSU, what I've noticed the last 2 losses, is I think if I remember right, that the last 2 losses they had Fournette, they only gave him like 33 rushes. 33 rushes for your best running back.
Well, and he got outran.
He did.
Collins for Arkansas had 16 carries, 141 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, but you sit there and you look. I know it's comparing NFL to college, but
Okay, yeah. I don't want any NFL comparisons.
But
please.
anyway, you have to give your best back at least 20 to 25 carries a game
yeah.
to get going. You sit there, and 33 carries is really inexcusable. I think LSU's done because of that reason.
They're out of the playoff talk. They're pretty much out of the SEC championship talk. So, you okay?
Yeah, my
Okay.
headset
But
was acting weird.
pretty much it's not official, but pretty much official. It'll be Florida versus Alabama in the SEC title game, unless something berserk ends up happening.
Like Florida.
No, they
loses
don't need to
Florida
lose.
State.
They're already in. They're already in. They don't matter if they lose to Florida State. They're already in.
Even if they okay.
Yeah, it's a non-conference.
Oh,
How can
yeah.
you lose out of a non-conference?
Duh.
Hello. They won they won it last week.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot.
So it's Florida for sure, but we most likely will be Alabama, Florida, which I don't know. I'm a little nervous for, but I know Jim McElwain's a great coach, and even though we're not looking at that game yet, great coach, he can do it. He can start Mr. Henry. Henry's gonna go down. No, I'm joking. I don't
Okay.
know. Who knows? That's a long ways away. We'll be talking about that in December. But so you had that, and then you had let's see other games we had here. Now Washington State upsetting UCLA, which again we said Pac-12 is pretty weak right now. That was a 31-27 game. Utah in the Pac-12 also got beat to Arizona 37-30. Oregon beating number 7 Stanford on the road 38-36. That came down to a 2-point conversion, which didn't end up going through. McCaffrey for Stanford did have 147 yards and 1 touchdown, so they did play well, but the defense played like garbage. So that's pretty much a lot of your Pac-12 scores. But you had, to me, one of the big games of the night was the number 12 Oklahoma on the road taking on number 6 Baylor. And Oklahoma took it to Baylor 44-34, and was it ever? I mean, Oklahoma's Mayfield was 24-34 for 273 touchdowns, while Stidham for the backup quarterback for Baylor was 16-27 for 257 and 2 touchdowns. Had a couple picks there. I thought it was a good game.
It was.
But this is what Big 12 football is down to. Remember, they don't have a championship game. So in the last few weeks, it's usually big football games. And this was big, and this was a really good game to watch.
It really was. It was actually one of the games I actually sat down and watched that wasn't a Minnesota game.
Oh yeah, it was a good game. But yeah, a very good game, and it's gonna see who's gonna come out of that. You had TCU winning, I would say disappointingly.
Yeah.
They barely beat Kansas 23-17. Kansas 0-10 now. And you beat, not good. Now, TCU did lose.
Dotson.
No, he didn't lose Dotson for the year. That was false rumor. They did lose Boykin, though. Boykin did get injured, and was out. So he was out. Dotson is injured, but he's not out for the year. So, yeah, TCU's got a long way, and they're pretty much out of it unless they can win out and do something. So they need to figure out something there. You had Ohio State blowing out Illinois. No shocker here. J.T. Barrett looked really good. Defense looked good. Michigan State, after their freak loss that they shouldn't have had, they destroyed Maryland 24-7. Northwestern sneaking out with a win over Purdue 21-14. Florida State beating North Carolina State 34-17. It looked like North Carolina could actually beat them. And again, another week where McGuire's quarterbacking out Everett Golson.
Yep.
Wonder if Golson's done.
He might be.
It's close. I think it's time. He's pretty much done. You had Alabama cruising all over Mississippi State 31-6, so another ranked team going down there. Clemson pretty much all over Syracuse 37-27. They'll most likely stay number 1. Notre Dame 28-7 over Wake Forest.
About Notre Dame.
Yeah?
Do you...
You don't want to get me going.
Okay.
Because I don't believe they should be there.
Okay.
But I'm not the committee. And then, of course, he had my Gators winning 24-14 over the Gamecocks. Holy molies. Wow. I didn't see this. Now,
what happened?
the halftime score of the Bengals-Texans game is 6-3 at half.
Oh.
Bengals winning.
Oh, now Matt's calling back.
Because he called them. Answer the phone and just tell him you don't need nothing now.
Yellow.
But, Gators win 24-14. Treon Harris, 19 of 33, 256, 1 touchdown. Kelvin Taylor had 20 carries, 105 yards, and a touchdown. Taylor got most of those yards on the last play of they're pretty much one of his last plays of the game where he ran for, 75 yards or so, and got down to the 1-yard line. And got down there. So the Gators won. They move on to 9-1, and they'll play Florida Atlantic this week. So pretty easy target. Should be 10-1 by the end of the day. Michigan in double overtime beating Indiana on the road at 48-41. What a game that was. I saw the ending of that. That was quite the interesting game. Rudock was 33 of 46 for 440 yards and 6 touchdowns, and he led the team in rushing with 7 carries and 64 yards, with Chesson having 10 receptions, 270 yards, and 4 touchdowns. So, big game by Michigan, much needed win. They're moving on and playing. They'll be playing some good matchups here the rest of the way. Navy beating SMU 55-14. Navy improves to 8-1. Oklahoma State beating Iowa State barely on the road, 35-31, but they remain undefeated. And then pretty much last game that we haven't talked about, number 5 Iowa barely beat Minnesota 40-35. As you're laughing over there for some reason.
Because what Matt said.
What did Matt say?
Matt's like, why do I always have problems with you two?
Because it's your fault, always.
It wasn't mine.
No, it wasn't that.
But,
And here's the final stats of that game. As we'll talk about Gophers for a couple minutes here, as we still got 15 minutes after the break, but we'll talk about the Gophers, kind of recap this game. So
or why don't we can go to a break and then recap the Gophers.
That's true, we will. We do have 15 minutes. We'll go on a break quick, recap the Gophers, and talk about their game, give our thoughts about how they played, and continue to talk a little NCAA. Overall, we'll give the rankings of the new AP rankings. Wednesday, we'll give the new college football playoff rankings when they come out. So we're going to take a quick 30-second break. So we'll be back. This is Sports Live on Mustang Radio.
Tina posted saying, "Hey, Rush Limbaugh."
Unbelievable. Figured we put the Gopher song. Dun 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 dun. Go to the U of M. Bum, 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 bum. Go for the U of M. Right, here we go. Best part of it.
MINNESOTA. Minnesota. Minnesota.
Yay,
Gophers!
Gophers! Yes, it is. Gopher time here on Sports Alive as we talk Gopher football. And their game this week, they played the number 5 Iowa Hawkeyes for the Battle of the... I can never think of it. The Battle of the what?
The Floyd.
Floyd. Battle of Floyd. I always want to say pig. The Battle of the Pig.
It is a
pig, but the Battle of the Floyd. And what a game it was. 40-35, Iowa came out on top. Iowa goes to 10-0. Minnesota falls to 4-6. Stats for the game: Mitch Leiner was 19-27 for 259 yards and a touchdown. Shannon Brooks was 1 for 142 yards on a touchdown. For Iowa, C.J. Beathard was 18-26 for 213 yards. Rushing for Minnesota, Shannon Brooks was 14 of 86 for 1 touchdown. Mitch Leiner had 11 attempts for 32 yards and 1 touchdown. And Roderick Williams had 4 attempts for 15 yards and a touchdown. For Iowa, LaShawn Daniels Jr. had 26 attempts, 195 yards and 3 touchdowns. C.J. Beathard had 10 attempts for 50 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Jordan Kanzeri had 10 attempts for 31 yards and 31 yards. Receiving, of course, KJ May had 7 receptions for 106 yards. Brandon Lingen, tight end, had 6 receptions for 105 yards and a touchdown. Drew Woltarski had 3 receptions for 71 yards and a touchdown. Shannon Brooks had 3 receptions for 13 yards, and Rashad Still had 1 for 6 yards. For Iowa, you had Matt Vandenberg had 6 receptions, 74 yards. Henry Krieger-Cobble had 3 receptions for 61 yards. George Kittle had 5 for 44. Tavon Smith had 2 for 35. Derek Mitchell Jr. had 1 for 12. Riley McCarron and Jordan Kanzeri both had 1 reception. McCarron had 5 yards, and Karanzi had 3. Overall team stats: Minnesota had 24 first downs, 57 total plays, 434 total yards. They had 12 penalties for 87 yards, 24 minutes of possession, no turnovers. Iowa had 27 first downs, 75 total plays, 506 total yards. They were 4 for 50 yards in penalties, possession of 35 minutes. So that are your stats from the Gopher game.
The one thing about Iowa, I'm pretty sure me and you are both going to agree, they should not be ranked that high.
They don't belong that high. That's just me. I don't like. They don't play anybody.
I don't even know if they deserve to be ranked.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Oh,
good Lord.
Oh boy, we got something coming in here.
I don't know.
Sports Live, who's this?
God, I hate Iowa.
Oh, I think we all hate Iowa.
It's Lucas from Rochester.
Oh, how's it going, Lucas?
It's going good. Bears won yesterday, and the Packers lost at Lambeau to the Lions, so it's going pretty well.
Yeah, to the Lions. What a laughing stock of... Wow. I honestly could not put my finger around it with the Lions going in the Lambeau and winning. Yeah.
Maybe it's Ditka putting on the Packers sweater and them being 0-3 now.
That is actually kind of funny. You sit there and ever since he's done that, they are 0-3. But it's like it's kind of like a coincidence. But then again, it's kind of like the Packers just ain't performing. You know, against I think the Broncos, it was Rodgers had 79 yards passing. That's ridiculous for.
Well, it's that new Gingrich defense that the Broncos have.
Well, that too. But
Wade Phillips looked a lot like Newt Gingrich.
yeah, and then you know they went to Carolina, I believe, and you know they ended up marching back, but Rodgers choked and threw a pick, and then they had the dubber against the Lions, and I don't know, I call me crazy, which it's been said before, but I think the Packers are done.
I don't know. You know, they have to play the Vikings next week, don't they?
Yeah, they play the Vikes this week, but you look
Is
at the.
Is that the TCF?
It's at TCF.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, you sit there and you look at the way the Vikes are actually somehow flying under the radar. And
I was begging the Vikings to win yesterday because I'm just sick of Green Bay always being on top.
Oh, me too. You know, it's going to be interesting because you know actually Cutler's performing this year, unlike recent years.
He looks better coached.
He does, and you know, some can say John Fox. You know, I don't know if that's a big difference or what, but
I think it's because now they're actually managing the team like Mark Trestman didn't.
Right. But you know, I think that if the Vikings can beat Green Bay this weekend, I think Chicago will leapfrog Green Bay this year in the standings.
Well, they have to play them in 3 weeks. They got Denver, then San Francisco, and then Green Bay at Lambeau. It's plausible.
Yeah, especially if Green Bay keeps putting up the way they've been the last couple weeks here. You know, it's weird because you would never think that would happen.
Yeah, which actually the idea that they're cursed actually brings me to the point of the Gophers. Do you think that the Gophers are cursed? Because they haven't won Big Ten since before we landed a man on the moon.
Oh, man. To truthfully answer that question, I don't think we are. We just never hired the right coach.
Well, you look at that last holding play against Iowa. I don't know how Iowa could possibly get away with it, and yeah, I agree with you. They should not be in the top 5. In fact, if you ask me, Baylor should be number 1 because they arguably have the hardest schedule this year.
Lucas, did you realize Baylor did get beat this week?
Yeah, I do realize.
Okay, just making sure you did know that. Yeah, no, they don't deserve to be in the top 5.
Well, neither does Ohio State. They have a cupcake schedule.
Yeah, they have a cupcake schedule.
It is Ohio State. Everybody just loves Ohio State.
You kind of got to give it to them because they did win it last year. It's about the only reason why they're doing it.
But anyway, we appreciate the call, and we hope to look forward to hearing from you again soon.
Yeah, actually, you may hear me again when you talk NFL.
All right, sounds good.
All right.
Yeah,
bye.
Bye.
It's always great to hear from Lucas.
Yeah. Interesting.
Bears fans against for the Packers. They don't like the Packers.
I think that's the first time he's actually agreed with me on things.
Well, it's not hard to agree with you on much.
It's not hard?
Okay, it is hard to agree with you on much. So, here is the rankings, the Associated Press ranking, not the college football college football playoff rankings. They will come out tomorrow night. What are you doing over there?
Hiccup.
Oh. But here's your rankings coming into the week from the Associated Press. At 25 is Ole Miss after their loss to Bama. Number 24 is Washington State. Oregon now is back in the top 25 at 23. USC at 22 at 7-3. Wisconsin at 21. They are 8-2. Northwestern is 20 at 8-2. Navy at 19 is 8-1. At 8-2 is Utah. They are at 18. At 17 is LSU after their loss. They are 7-2. At 16 is Florida State. They are 8-2. Stanford is number 15 after their loss. They are 8-2. Michigan is at 14. They are 8-2. Houston now all the way up to 13. They are 10-0. North Carolina at 9-1 is number 12. TCU at 11 at 9-1. Baylor at 10. They are 8-1. Michigan State is number 9 at 9-1. And number 8 is Florida at 9-1. Number 7 is Oklahoma at 9-1. And number 6 is Iowa at 10-0. Number 5 is Notre Dame at 9-1. And number 4 is Oklahoma State at 10-0. And number 3 is Alabama at 9-1. Number 2, Ohio State at 10-0. And your number 1 is still Clemson at 10-0. What do you think?
I like it. Besides Iowa,
Well, you can't just dump them off the top 25 and say, good Lord.
I never said you have to dump them off the top 25. I just said they don't need to be ranked that high.
Yeah, they don't, but they are undefeated, so you got to give them credit, I guess.
No, you can't.
That's how it works.
No credits given where it's not needed.
If you were in the committee room right now and you say that, they'd probably kick you out.
Well, that's good. Kick me out because everyone's got their right for an opinion.
Yes, everybody does have the right for their opinion.
if
I'm
they
not
don't
saying
like
they
it,
don't.
They don't like it. They can stick it where the sun don't shine.
Whoa. 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 I think I might have to kick you off the show for tonight.
Oh yeah.
Wow. More facts with that. The Maple Leafs last won the Stanley Cup when the last time the Gophers won the Big Ten. Lyndon B. Johnson was the president. Holy moly's.
How do you know that?
Because that's what it just said. And we were 2 years from landing Neil Armstrong on the moon.
Oh boy.
Holy monkeys. That wasn't even thought of.
I don't think I was either.
Well, you were an oopsie. That should have never been here, but, you know, that happens. Look at that blink stare you give me. Up, he left us, so it's just me the rest of the way it looks like. Tyler has left. So, Tyler left the show, so it's just me. But, I think that... You got anything else you want to say about NCAA? Or any last remarks?
That's what I got.
I mean, I know we got Wednesday. We'll do picks and that, but maybe I can give you some good matchups. We'll give some good matchups going on. You have number 15 TCU on the road taking on number 12 Oklahoma. Number 6 Baylor on the road taking on number 8 Oklahoma State. Other than that, I don't. You know, you got Wisconsin Northwestern 25-18. Oh, this is old, by the way. Never mind, my bad. Other than that, really nothing too powerful this week. And the Gophers, I got to look to find where they're at. Because I have no idea who they play this week.
No, they don't play Nebraska. I lied.
They play Illinois
No, that should actually be a win.
at home. So we'll discuss more on that on Wednesday when we do our picks. But it's time for NFL football. Should I cue up music or what? You need music?
Music.
You need music cue up? Okay, I got to find some. Oh, no, I don't need to find some. I have some on my phone somewhere.
Can I help you?
No. You're going to sing? If you sing, and I'm not joking, you sing, I kick you off the show the rest of the year.
And
No. Okay.
he's...
Yes, we are ready to talk NFL football. Give you an update quick. 6-3, just starting the second half in Cincinnati. Andy Dalton's 12-20 for 118 yards, no touchdowns. He's also the leading rusher at 5 carries for 30 yards. Other than that, Hoyer's 9 of 18 for 102 yards, and I think he got knocked out of the game if I saw that right. I think he did. I thought he did. Maybe I saw it wrong. I don't remember what I saw. I don't remember. Maybe I'm thinking the wrong person.
News out of Philadelphia.
Is Bradford out the year?
No, It just says report Eagles expected to start Mark Sanchez versus the Buccaneers.
Yeah, Bradford's out.
Yeah, but it just, I don't know why it's breaking news, but
I don't know why anything's breaking news in Philadelphia. They're just a train wreck ready to happen.
yeah.
But it looks like I can't get any in-depth score or stats on that. Well, we'll start off, of course, Thursday night. Rex Ryan with his Buffalo Bills traveling to the Jets, and they beat the Jets 22-17. Fitzpatrick was 15-34 for 193 and 2 touchdowns. Chris Ivory was 18 carries, 99 yards, and Decker led the way for the Jets. 6 receptions, 85 yards, and a touchdown. For the Bills, Tyrod Taylor was 17-27 for 158 yards and a touchdown. LaShawn McCoy, back to his old self, Mr. Shady. He had 19 carries, 112 yards, and Charles Clay had 5 receptions, 52 yards. Interesting game that was. What do you want?
Interesting jerseys.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Now was it something about colorblind people? Is that what they were talking
Yeah.
about? How colorblind can't see it? Because I thought they were red. Were they red or not?
I thought they were red.
I'm
I'm
part colorblind, so
I thought they were red and green, but there was a bunch of players actually that were actually really angry about it.
yeah, everybody whines and grinds about a freaking jersey. Get over yourself.
But it sounds like the NFL is going to go to that. There's going to be a select teams next year for Thursday night football
Interesting.
that jerseys are going to be like that. And I don't know. I don't know if
That's next year?
next year, yeah.
I was going to say the Vikings play this year on Thursday night. Maybe they do that.
Maybe they break it out early like the
Yeah.
Jets did. And
But going in, we already talked about Lions and Packers. Detroit winning 18-16. Stafford was 24 of 38 for 242 and 2 touchdowns. Rodgers 35 of 61 for 333 yards and 2 touchdowns. So he did throw a lot. Bell had 14 carries, 17 yards, and Calvin Johnson had 6 receptions, 81 yards. For Green Bay, James Starks had 15 carries, 42 yards in replace of Eddie Lacy, who was inactive yesterday, and Devontae Adams, who had 10 receptions, 79 yards, and no touchdown. So we talked a little bit about that. Moving on, Tampa Bay and Dallas. Was that such a very exciting game? Tampa Bay winning 10-6. Matt Castle was 19-29 for 186 yards. Darren McFadden had 17 carries, 32 yards, and Dez Bryant led the way with 5 receptions, 45 yards. For Tampa, Jameis Winston was 22 of 39 for 264, no touchdowns. Doug Martin had 18 carries, 63 yards, and Mike Evans had 8 receptions, 126 yards. The question is, it's week 9. We play, week 16?
yeah.
That's 5 more games.
Well, actually week 17.
Week 17, that's 6, 7 more games? Yeah, it's 7
Yeah.
games. Can Dallas get to 9-7? Can they make the playoffs? Now remember, Tony Romo is back this week.
Yeah, but let's go look at something.
They don't play much. I know they got Miami this week. I think they got Philly the week after that. In Philly. I think they still got the Giants once, don't they?
Yeah, I think so. Well,
They don't have the worst schedule.
they have the Eagles, the Falcons, the Saints, the Patriots, the
Okay,
Giants,
so there's one loss right
Seattle,
there. Ooh.
Eagles.
Seattle they can beat. They beat them last year. They can beat them.
Wait a minute. I looked at something differently.
That's the
Sorry.
Viking schedule.
No, I was looking at games they already played.
No.
But Dolphins, Panthers.
They can beat Carolina.
You think so?
With Tony Romo, yes.
Redskins.
Tony Romo changes everything.
Yeah. Redskins, Green Bay, Jets, Bills, Redskins.
I think they got a shot to making the playoffs. They're not done yet.
I don't know about
Romo's going to have to
playoffs.
do a lot.
I don't know about playoffs because it's going to be interesting. You sit there and you're looking at the NFC right now.
But look at that division that they're in. I don't
Yeah,
care
but
about the wild card.
Eagles are playing
But look
good
who they
right
have now. Mark Sanchez. is not a good quarterback. He is garbage. He doesn't know protection-wise, and he doesn't know scheme. He doesn't know anything. The guy's a USC idiot. Period.
Yeah. You sit there and you look at that division, though.
It's a bad division. I mean, granted, yes, Washington's playing really good of late, even though they played a very crappy defensive team of New Orleans, but they are good.
Yeah,
I think they got a shot.
I don't know if you can.
They lose one more, and within the next 2 weeks, it's over.
Okay.
I'll say that. If they can go 6-1, I think they
Right
have a
now, they're
shot.
the worst team in the NFC.
Yeah, that's gonna change because Romo's back, so that's gonna change.
But how good is he going to be the first week or two?
It's Tony Romo.
36-year-old Tony Romo.
I don't care. It's Tony Romo. The guy knows how to carry a team. I'm just saying because he's gonna get me fantasy points. He's been sitting on my bench for 8 weeks, 7 weeks.
If you're only basing this on Tony Romo for fantasy, please help me.
Well, he's been sitting on my bench for 7 weeks. I've been playing Joe Flacco for 6 weeks. I played Jake Cutler for the other. No, wait a second. I played 5 weeks. I played Flacco for 5 weeks. I played Cutler for 1, and I played Stafford for 1.
You should have just been playing Cutler forever.
The funny thing is the Cutler one I lost, but the Stafford one I won, and that was when they played the Vikings. But anyways, Carolina continuing their undefeated streak, and they are now 9-0 after defeating Tennessee 27-10.
Is Carolina the real deal?
No, I still don't. I'm not pressured yet.
Even after what we talked about earlier.
No. Well, I mean, the scheme-wise it works, but I don't know. We'll see how far they can make it. Newton. God dang it. Say God dang it. I didn't say then cuss. Don't you sitting there thinking I'm cussing now. Cam Newton, 21-26. I just had something in my mouth. I can't have in my mouth. It's not good. Some sore I have on my mouth, and it's not good to have something in my mouth like that. It's not good. Ugh. What are you laughing about now? You always have a dirty mind over there. Cam Newton, 21-26, 217 yards, 1 touchdown. Jonathan Stewart had 22 carries, 91 yards and a touchdown, and Greg Olsen had 8 receptions for 80 yards. Marcus Mariota was 16-24 for 185 yards. McCluster had 3 carries for 25 yards and a touchdown, and Delaney Walker had 3 receptions, 52 yards. Next game, the Bears on the road taking on St. Louis. Bears winning 37-13 in a shocking upset. Cutler was 19-24, 258 and 3 touchdowns. Jeremy Langford, I like the guy. 20 carries, 73 yards and touchdown. I think Matt Forte can kiss his job goodbye. And then he also led in receptions with 7.
I think Forte was gone at the end of this year anyway.
Yeah. And then Langford had 7 receptions, 109 yards and a touchdown. For the Rams, Foles was 17-36, 200 yards and no touchdowns. Todd Gurley had 12 carries for 45 yards and a touchdown. And he also led in receptions for 3 receptions and 44 yards. The Rams, as of today, did bench Nick Foles for, I don't even know who it was. But they benched Nick Foles. A healthy Nick Foles. So, that's the news there.
Case Keenum.
Case Keenum, there we go. From Houston, or was in Houston.
Yeah, Houston.
Next game we got Washington and New Orleans. Washington winning 47-14. They are 4-5. Saints fall to 4-6.
Speaking of the Saints,
Drew Brees, 19-28, 209, 2 touchdowns. Mark Ingram had 5 carries, 77 yards, and my man Brandon Cooks had 5 receptions, 98 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Kirk Cousins was 20 of 25, 324 yards, 4 touchdowns. I can't think of his first name now. Morris, and 15 carries for 92 yards. And Alfred Morris, there we go. And Matt Jones, former Gator, had 3 receptions, 131, and a touchdown. Saints D.
The Saints defense is terrible.
Sucks.
They allowed Kirk Cousins to throw all over him.
Yeah, but that helped me. Everything helped me in that game.
Is this one of the worst pass defenses ever?
Well, Rob Ryan sure shouldn't find another job.
That's for sure.
No, he's going to find another job. He's been fired.
Yeah.
Or what? That's 20,000 different reports. What they keep saying.
Yeah. The Saints defense has allowed every quarterback to
ugly.
just throw all over them.
And I don't know if you saw much of that game or seen any highlights of that game.
I seen
Did
highlights,
you
yeah.
see the highlight of Matt Jones' touchdown?
Yes.
Now you got a guy like Brandon Browner, I believe it's Browner. I know it's
Yeah.
Browner. Played for New England last year.
Brandon Browner.
Yeah, played with New England. Great cornerback. What the heck is he doing? Trying to take out and be a good man and think he's all hot shot, taking out a lineman instead of going after Matt Jones who ended up scoring the touchdown. He took out blindsided, killed the lineman, took him out.
Yeah,
But no, there's Matt Jones right next to him.
I don't
running
know, I don't know
downfield.
if he was worried about
They're
that lineman
selfish.
maybe picking up another block.
No, it's a selfish play. Just wanted to take a guy out. It's totally so. This New Orleans defense is so dang terrible. As a coach, I'd fire every one of them. I'd tell them, just go home. I'll go find some college kids that aren't playing anymore to play because they can do better than this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pathetic. I could throw for 300 yards against freaking New Orleans defense.
Yeah, it's ugly.
So that game. Then you had Miami and Philadelphia. Miami coming out 2019 over Philly. Ryan Tannehill was 21-36 for 217 and 2 touchdowns. I don't even know who this guy is. Jay, running back for Miami. He had 6 carries, 48 yards. And
He's the running back from Boise State.
oh, that's who he is. And then Rashad Matthews had 5 receptions, 93 yards. For Philly, Bradford was 19-25, 236, and a touchdown. DeMarco Murray had 22 carries, 61 yards, and Brett Selleck had 4 receptions, 134 yards. And again, Bradford got hurt. Sanchez couldn't score a touchdown like they needed to, and that game was just ugly.
It was.
Very ugly game. Ooh. Our next game, Pittsburgh at home taking on Cleveland. This game started with Landry Jones as the quarterback and went from Landry Jones to
Ben Roethlisberger.
Ben
real quick.
Roethlisberger. He wasn't even supposed to play. They said he was going to be an emergency. Well, that emergency started right away. Roethlisberger came in, was 22 of 33, 379, 3 touchdowns. D'Angelo Williams had 17 carries, 54 yards. And then Martavius Bennett had 6 receptions, 178, and 1 TD. For Cleveland, Johnny Football was 33 of 45, 372, and a touchdown. He also led the rushing team with 3 carries, 17 yards. And I believe it was Travis Benjamin here. Yep, had 7 receptions, 113 yards, and no touchdown. Pittsburgh goes to 6-4, while Cleveland continues to free fall downward.
Yeah, I just want to say that I was an idiot for picking the Browns to win the division.
That one is put on absurd statement.
Yeah, it is, and it was dumb. I can't believe
You actually are admitting something you said is dumb, which is
Yep.
like 95% of the stuff you say.
No.
Yes. And then you had the interesting game, or one of the interesting games. Jacksonville on the road taking on Baltimore. Jacksonville won 22-20, even though they shouldn't have won. The whole brigade, they're late, they weren't onside, blah, blah, blah. And then it didn't matter anyways if Alvis Dumerville didn't grab the face mask of Blake Bortles, got him in the field goal range, kicked the field goal. Best defender out there, one of the best defenders, and he does that dumb mistake. But Bortles was 22 of 45, 188, 2 touchdowns. T.J. Yeldon, 18 carries, 61 yards. And Alan Hearns, my boy Alan Hearns, 5 receptions, 62 yards, 1 TD. Flacco, last week I'll use him in fantasy, hopefully. 34 of 45, 316, 3 touchdowns, but also threw 2 picks. Forsett had 14 carries, 53 yards. And Kamir Aiken had 7 receptions, 73 yards. This was a good game. New England on the road taking on the Giants. New England came out on top 27-26 to stay undefeated at 9-0, while the Giants fall to 5-5. Tom Brady, 26 of 42, 334, 2 touchdowns. LeGarrette Blount had 19 carries, 66 yards, and 1 touchdown. And Rob Gronkowski had 5 receptions, 113, and 1 touchdown. Eli was 24 of 44, or 361, and 2 touchdowns. Rashad Jennings had 11 carries, 39 yards. And Odell Beckham Jr., 4 receptions, 140 yards, and 1 touchdown. Out of those 4 receptions, one of them went for 80 yards, so it didn't really matter. He had pretty much a crappy game outside of that.
Yeah.
So that game, very interesting game. Again, the Giants did something that you're not supposed to do and give Tom Brady time. And you gave Tom Brady time, and even with Tom Brady not having his top receiver, Edelman, out, you don't give Tom Brady time.
No.
And they did that. The surprising game, or one of the pretty much surprising games, as I like to call it. Kansas City on the road taking on Denver. Kansas City wins 29-13. Alex Smith threw for 17 of 31, 240 yards, 1 touchdown. Charchandrick West had 24 carries, 69 yards, and a touchdown. He also had 3 receptions, 92 yards, and a touchdown. Let's see here. I'm going to get to this. Brock Osweiler. Yeah, no one probably knows who he is. Backup. 14-24, 146, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Peyton Manning did play in the game. He had 5 completions out of 20 attempts, 35 yards, 4 interceptions.
Gross.
Peyton, I have 2 words to say. Or not 2 words. I have multiple words to say. Just retire. Enough's enough. Your time's done. You got the record for Favre. You're good to go.
Call it a year.
I mean, good Lord. He's got every boned up body in his... Every bone in his body's broken, it seems like. He got something in his foot, which I don't understand if even something in your foot has anything to do with throwing the football downfield.
If it's his back foot that he needs to play
It don't matter. You just don't have any strength. His arm is weak. It's terrible. He's done. Osweiler will start next week, or this week, by the way, that has been said. Manning, who knows how long it could be. And what's his name came out and said that he shouldn't have played Manning, and they're going to wait till he heals, which who knows how long that is. So, yeah, disappointing. Manning, you're done. And then you had last night's game, Arizona winning 39-32 on the road in Seattle. Carson Palmer was 29 of 48, 363, 3 touchdowns, while Andre Ellington had 5 carries, 61 yards, and a touchdown, including the last one to end it. Fitzgerald, the old man Fitzgerald, 10 receptions, 130, and no touchdowns. Russell Wilson, 14 of 32, 241 touchdown. He also ran 6 carries, 52 yards, and Doug Baldwin had 7 receptions, 134, and a touchdown. Very interesting game, and we got the Viking game to go, but we're going to take a break, come back, and we'll talk Vikings football on a victorious day in Minnesota, and also a victorious statement as well. This is Sports Live on Mustang Radio. On your feet, Mustang fans! There are several men's and women's sports teams here on campus of Southwest Minnesota State University. The Mustang Maniacs is a student spirit group and booster club to lend support to Mustang athletes at SMSU. Our mission is to create the most exciting and intimidating atmosphere at our home on the campus of SMSU. We strive to make SMSU the toughest place to play in the Northern Sun Intercollegiate Conference and one of the toughest arenas in the NCAA Division II. So if you would like to dress up for games and support the sports teams at SMSU, make sure you check out the Mustang Maniacs. Find the Mustang Maniacs group on Facebook or follow them on Twitter at Mustang Maniacs 1. Go Mustangs! Need to study for a test? Head to the library. Got an annoying roommate? Head to the library. Someone died in Grey's Anatomy? Head to the library. Head to the library. No matter what the situation, the library is your sanctuary. With books and printers on every floor, the library is somewhere you want to explore. The library is open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m., Saturdays from 10:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., and Sunday from 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. Go check out the McFarland Library where you belong. And now I send it over to meteorologist Tyler's Terrible at Forecast Meyer.
50 degrees and cloudy here in Marshall as we speak.
You know what it is? Time for you to quit meteorology.
Okay.
Thank you.
But tonight, 40 for the low, rain. Tuesday, 51 for the high. And 43 for the low, rain. Wednesday, 47, 28 for the low, rain. Thursday, 38, 23 for the low. Friday, 37, 21 for the low. Saturday, 35, 24 for the low. Sunday, 43, 29 for the low. And Monday, 46, low of 26. And that's the weather with meteorologist wannabe Tyler Meyer. Sending it back to our host, Zach.
Oh, thank you.
Huntley.
Thank you. Thank you. Send it back. But good job. Good job.
Thank you.
What are you laughing about?
You.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't know. But last game we got to talk about here. And let's see if I can pull something up here. Got something here, but I don't know.
Can I sing this for you?
No, you cannot.
Not even this one?
You can't sing anything.
Skol Vikings, let's win this game. Skol Vikings, honor your name. Go get that first down, then get a touchdown. Rock 'em, sock 'em, fight, 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 fight. Go Vikings, run up the score. You'll hear us yell for more. V-I-K-I-N-G-S. Skol Vikings, let's go.
Yes, it is. Viking football time here on Sports Live.
On Mustang Radio.
Okay, we didn't need to say that.
Okay.
But yes, the Minnesota Vikings winners yesterday, 30-14 over the Oakland Raiders. They now are 7-2 and are the division leaders of the NFC North.
You know what?
Here, let me get the stats in, and then we'll do that. For the Vikings, Teddy Bridgewater, 14-22, 140 yards and a touchdown. AP all day, 26 carries, 203 yards and a touchdown. Stephon Diggs, 2 receptions, 46 yards for the Raiders. David Carr led the way, 29 for 43, 302, 2 touchdowns. Also had 2 picks. Terrence Newman had both. I can't even think of his first name now.
Latavius Murray.
Latavius Murray. There's so many Murrays in the NFL. It's ridiculous. Latavius Murray had 12 carries, 48 yards. And Amari Cooper, 5 receptions, 79 yards.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Oh,
You can get your
okay.
piece in now.
When?
Oh, granted, wait, I forgot. Cordell Patterson did have a 95-yard touchdown
Yeah, you did.
kickoff return.
When are we going to get the respect we deserve?
Now.
Right now?
Yeah, haven't you noticed ESPN?
I have.
Yeah, yeah, they're talking Minnesota.
But seriously, 2 weeks ago, Todd Gurley's going to run all over us. 81 yards. Oh, Derek Carr, Amari Cooper. Oh, they're going to destroy us. Where? I seen a couple plays.
Cooper did throw for, not Cooper,
Carr threw for 302.
Carr did throw for 300 yards.
You sit there and they said that that was going to be the reason they beat us. Where? I don't see a loss on our schedule right now against Oakland. When are teams and analysts going to realize that we don't mess around? Nobody gives us the respect we deserve. Zimmer, heck of a coach. He sits there, makes the in-game adjustments that he needs. You sit there and you look. The Vikings were trailing 14-13 going in the half. And you sit there and you look at the way Zimmer pulled that defense back and said, hey, look, guys, this is what the task is at hand, and you guys need to go out there and perform. What did Oakland do the second half? Zilch, zada, nothing, nada, garbage. I don't care what anyone says. This team is poised to make a run.
They did score 2 touchdowns in the second half.
Oh, 2 touchdowns. Oh, poor Oakland. Poor Oakland.
You continue to talk. I'm just listening.
But what I don't understand, Adrian's washed up. Adrian's 30 years old, ain't going to be able to do nothing. I got maybe 5 words for you.
What, me?
26 carries.
I said at
200
I said at 35 years old. He's not 35
206
yet.
yards. Or 203 yards. And a
Ooh, another
touchdown.
quarterback down.
But when is people going to realize Peterson is not done?
I just said when he's 35, he's not going to
I'm not just referring to you. I'm referring to anybody.
Well, he did have a year off. That helps him. Just a tad bit.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just wish we would get the respect more than. And who knows?
Well, when you haven't done.
What was that?
I have no idea, but someone yawning really loud out the door.
And you know,
I don't know who that was.
and you know, maybe it takes us beating Green Bay at home. Maybe it does. Maybe once we beat Green Bay, somebody, an analyst, or maybe a couple, will be like, the Minnesota Vikings are true Super Bowl contenders. When
You don't want to talk about that yet, though.
I'm talking about it because
Well, you could talk about it, but the thing
Because
is
look
it's
at-
a long way to go. They could still miss the playoffs at this point.
they could. But you sit there and you look at the teams that have made it to the Super Bowl. What do they have?
Defense.
Defense. What do the Vikings have?
Defense.
How many points have they allowed per game?
Less than 20.
Exactly. So you sit there and you try to say that the Vikings are not a Super Bowl contender with that defense right now is crazy. Anybody sits there and says the Vikings do not have a legitimate team, they are crazy and they deserve to be slapped right across the face.
Well, here's a few. I'm gonna play some because we do have a little bit of time here. But I'm gonna play some. Here's on Mike and Mike this morning on this whole as soon as the commercial's done. Maybe the commercial will be done sometime.
Maybe.
Here we go, I think. Maybe. Yep, here we go.
Arizona. You asked the question a moment ago, Mike. Who do you like in the NFC after Carolina? Our Football Power Index actually lists Arizona as the second best team in the NFL, behind only New England and in front of Carolina and Cincinnati, despite their 2 losses. So FPI really likes Arizona.
I mean, I'm giving Carolina the respect they should deserve at this point for being undefeated, and that would make them the top team in the NFC. But I would definitely go Arizona next, and then the Vikings have been fantastic. Adrian Peterson, look at the top 2 rushers in the NFL. A couple of 30-somethings, right? Adrian Peterson and Chris Johnson from the Arizona
I thought
Cardinals.
life was supposed to end after 30 for NFL running backs.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
I tell you what, Adrian Peterson is looking phenomenal. He ties O.J. Simpson yesterday with 6 200-yard games in his career. That's the all-time record. Peterson has got it the last couple, somewhat quietly. He hasn't gotten a lot of attention for it.
No.
Somewhat quietly, he is running like the Adrian Peterson that we have recognized in the past.
And quietly, that Vikings defense has been top 2 or 3 for the majority of the season. Mike Zimmer has done a great job with this team, and the better that AP does, the less pressure that's on Teddy Bridgewater, and he can continue to make strides, which he has so far this year.
So there was that from today on Mike and Mike.
That is actually really true, though. The better AP does do, it does take the pressure off Teddy because Teddy doesn't have to throw for 300
and
yards.
Here's if you got anything else, I think we're going to have another commercial pop up.
But, you know, if AP just say rushes 60 yards, you know, that's more on Teddy's hands to pass the ball. And in my opinion, Teddy is not that kind of a quarterback. He's not a Drew Brees.
Definitely not.
He's not a Brett Favre. He's the kind of quarterback that can sit there and manage the game.
Yeah, definitely. And here is from ESPN today.
About this team because they deserve to be discussed. The 7-2 Vikings here. A year ago, their win total was 7. They've already matched that. As they get ready here to take on the Packers, how good is this team right now?
Well, I think, Kevin, the thing you have to remember about this football team is, again, it's about situational football, just like we were talking about the New England Patriots. On defense, this is a very good third down team, good red zone team, and a team that basically keeps teams out of the end zone and off the scoreboard, which is really the number one mandate for a defense. They can rush the passer. They have one of the great young pass rushers in Everson Griffin. They have some good linebackers. When Eric Kendricks and Anthony Barr are on the field together, it's 2 of the best inside linebackers in the National Football League. Have some young secondary players, a safety that will absolutely just knock you out, and Harrison Smith. So they've got some players on that side of the ball. Offensively, what they really need is just for Teddy Bridgewater to take some more chances and produce those big plays. You know they can run it. You know, Adrian Peterson, I don't know if he's going to go for 200 every week like yesterday, but Adrian, they need a little bit of help from Teddy just to take some of the pressure off of AP because, look, I know that the guy is just transcendent in every sense of the word as far as being a running back, but you can't expect that kind of performance every week. And they're going to go against much tougher defenses when it really counts than the Oakland Raiders were yesterday. So I think they are legit. Mike Zimmer has proven to be everything that people thought he would be when he finally got his chance to become a head coach. But this is a football team that just needs that quarterback to pick it up, and they will be right there. They're a team that really should take control and should be able to go ahead and take control of the NFC North.
Next 4 weeks, though.
So, you're right.
So there was that. Here is the FPI index rating and the chances to win for Minnesota. This week against Green Bay, 49%. In Atlanta, 43%. Seattle at home, 50%. At Arizona, 22%. Chicago at home, 69%. The Giants at home, 63%. And in Green Bay, 36%. So that's another one. And then the last one is, of course, former Viking Chris Carter talking about home field advantage for the Vikings if they would make the playoffs. As soon as, here we go.
One thing that's also people need to take in consideration. This is the first time the Vikings have had home field advantage since the Purple People Eaters.
Because of the outdoors.
Because they're playing outdoors and the style of play. When we were in the Dome, we were undersized, right? Small defense, explosive offense. But also, it's good weather for the other team. So we used to always say that, man, we got to play good because it's good weather for them too. Now, they're an outside team. You see those extra points and stuff in last week's game and everything? And their defense, and Blair Walsh is the kicker, one of the best in the NFL. It's amazing how things have changed around, and they have built this team. They move into their new place next year. Right. But they got a huge home field advantage, almost like the Packers if they're able to get into the playoffs.
That was Chris Carter today.
Finally, Chris Carter talks about us. You know, Chris Carter, ever since he's left Minnesota, has nothing but terrible things to say about the organization. He's never really given us any props, and that really ticks me off.
He hasn't had a team.
He didn't even give us props in 2009. And that was historically one of our best seasons.
Well, he's an analyst for a reason. Can't be biased.
But
like you said.
But you have
like you said.
Oh my God, I give up.
You give up?
I give up. I'm sick and tired of the way that you call me out on stuff that I say.
I'm just saying, you're the one that said, as commentators and that, you can't be biased.
Yeah.
He's not being biased.
But you sit there and you look at the team the Vikings had in 2009.
Yeah, but no one knew Brett Favre was going to come out there and walk out and just dominate. I love Brett Favre, but who knew he was going to do that?
It's Brett Favre.
But it's not Brett Favre anymore.
Oh, what?
It's a whole new thing.
This is Teddy Bridgewater time.
This is, if I can find it.
Because it's Teddy time.
Oh, yeah.
Coming to Minnesota.
Don't be singing, please.
Taking you all in.
I will mute you if you sing.
Know.
Oh, my. As he continues to sing over there. Let's try to find this, but I can't find it.
Dip and dots.
There you go. Oh, here we go. Just found it.
Teddy B. Dip them dots.
It is Teddy's team. It is ready for Teddy's team. Well, that's going to do it for tonight. Great show tonight. Good Monday show for once. We're staying to this style now. We'll come back Wednesday. We'll talk...
if we survive tomorrow.
Yeah, if we survive tomorrow, that's true. If we do survive tomorrow, we'll be back Wednesday. We'll be back. More headlines. I don't know what else we'll talk. I don't know what else, but...
Recap our picks.
Well, yeah, we'll do our picks for sure. I don't know what else. We'll fill in the blank after that. We'll figure out what kind of happens after that. But you've been listening to Sports Live.
On Mustang Radio.
Yeah, what he said. Have a good night, everybody.